Let me see. I've prepared this. So, look, a headline which I saw yesterday encapsulates the essence of this bill, and the amendments presented to us today came from a satirical news site, the Waterford Whispers. It read, "Government celebrate winning confidence vote by ramming through planning laws only developers want." The amendments before us undermine the citizens' rights to assess justice and are contrary to the letter and spirit of the House Convention. This bill today is opposed by a number of organisations, the Irish Planning Institute, An Taisce and the Environmental Pillar, who are they all drawing attention to a fact that there are not been enough time to study the amendments. The passing of the bill and the amendments accompanying it seems premature. We question the need for this bill at a time when the Attorney-General and the Planning Advisory Forum are studying the operations of the Planning and Development Acts. Just to highlight the insanity of the situation today, members of the Oireachtas only received the slew of amendments which are unrelated to the content of the original bill last Thursday. The public did not see these amendments until last Friday. Deputies and senators were not briefed until after the deadline for an input on Monday, and there was less than 3 hours of parliamentary debate being forced to vote. The new provisions create wide-ranging and confusing changes, which will lead to further litigation and delays to the planning and development as a result. The Government is actively muddying the waters around these procedures. The amendments will result in a greater cost and legal uncertainty around judicial review and will fall foul of EU law. By the way, this is not me just saying that. These are the words of An Taisce. Phoebe Duval, Planning, Environment and Policy Officer for An Taisce, said the proposed amendments are stealth attack on public participation in the planning system. They are not administrative or streamlining changes as described by Government. These amendments will have far-reaching consequences. In a letter addressed to Minister Eamon Ryan, An Taisce condemned Amendments 12 and the accompanying Amendments 13, 40, 41, 42 and 77. The solutions proposed in the amendments is to allow an applicant to propose a range of options and subsequently notify the planning authority after planning permission has been granted. There is no requirement for the planning authority to agree to any section at the time of implementation. This raises serious concerns about environmental impact assessment, the Habitats Directive, public participation, etc. They are simply legal compliant and more effective ways to address these challenges without creating further legal problems. They also condemn Amendments 25, Amendments 26 and the judicial review. Amendments 26 proposes changes required that prospective litigants exhaust all possible administrative options to correct planning authorities' errors before applying for leave to take a judicial review. There is also no clarity provided on the cost implications which would be challenged. It is worth noting that it is incomparable with EU law. See case C7316 Pulsar 7. A Tractor Umbreen, environmental law officer with the Irish Environmental Group, said that the amendments were throwing a minefield into the judicial review process. Last Thursday, opposition TDs and senators received 48 pages of amendments that were added to the Planning and Development Amendment No. 2 bill, which was originally 18 pages long. That left just 3 working days for examination before voting on this in the Dáil. Given the complexities of planning law and how complex the interactions between the courts and the judicial review process and planning is, it's reckless to be making these changes without proper time and scrutiny. We don't know and cannot know the full implications of what this legislation will entail. In all likelihood, you will toe the party line and demand what little credibility you have left on this issue. I am glad that the Government have confidence in themselves, because after witnessing the antics in the chambers in the Dáil, I certainly don't. Thank you.